With ISO 222 now live and XRP, in my opinion, setting up for something pretty bullish, everyone is going wild on optimism for a Q4 rally and equally a 2026 push. Now, the great thing with ISO 226 is banks can now integrate easily into XRPL. And this, well, is good news. I'm going to break down all what's going on with it, as well as taking a look at the big news happening this week. Could we finally see XRP pushing back to those upper 225s, 250s this week? As always, hit the like button and the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all what's going on with XRP, altcoins, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, you name it. I've got you covered. Right, with that being said, let's get into it. So you know that we've been talking about ISO 222, which is now live. But I'm not the only one that's gone bullish. Paul Barron, in a very interesting interview here, talking about how this all plays out, and more importantly, how simple it's going to be for banks to integrate into the ISO 222 and XRP.
The new system is being used right now. RippleNet, because they were on the ISO standards board, I think from the beginning, they have an inherent advantage in that they built their entire structure around the compliance. Now, that doesn't mean people have to use it. They don't have to use the RippleNet network, but it's easier for banks to attach onto, is my understanding. And banks that are looking for rails to be ISO compliant, I think the RippleNet network, by all intents and purposes and everything you see and read and hear, it's an easy network. You don't have to rewrite your entire TradFi to DeFi to get on that and be ISO compliant. So it has a distinct leg up right there. No question about it. As far as XRP use,
go ahead.
That, you don't have to use XRP to use RippleNet. So I think most people are using RippleNet in a more traditional way, just for the information to flow more accurately. But I think look at the Clarity Act is everything, Paul, and I know you want to get there. But once we do get more clarity, that's, I think, going to be really good for the XRP use case, because people won't be afraid to hold XRP or any token on their balance sheet. They will have literally clarity. It's an aptly named act. And once that passes, I think that's an enormous hurdle and milestone in the entire blockchain.
And this is why everyone is suddenly gone bullish. We're seeing lots of macro data that's telling us that XRP is now starting to warm up. People are starting to stack their bags, and this could align to a price move very, very soon. What do I mean? Well, look at this. Upbit just took #1 spot for XRP, officially overtaking Bitcoin on Korea's largest exchange with $315 million versus Bitcoin at 218 million. It shows a real opportunity in certain parts of the world that are now starting to flip completely bullish on what's going on with XRP. Even JPmorgan had their predictions for Solana and XRP sitting around $3 to $8 billion on these new ETFs. And well, this week is about to get even more exciting with Franklin Templeton and Grayscale launching their XRP ETFs today. This is a pretty exciting number. Remember, Franklin Templeton, 1.5 trillion, Grayscale, $40 billion. And this, by the way, on the back of, well, this tracker here, already keeping an eye on what is going on with XRP ETFs. You can see their spot volume around $55 million. And equally, when you walk down the spot markets, you can see all the tickers and everything that is trading right now. And I expect this to grow over time as more and more XRP ETFs come online. I'm going to keep you guys totally dialed in to exactly what's going on. And even when you look at ledger activity, spot order size for whales, you can see here, there is some big accumulation around this $2 price range. Is this because we are going to get so many ETFs coming on board? People truly believe finally banks could integrate with XRPL and use that XRP token. And that's why they are absolutely stacking their bags. And even when you look at spot taker volume, which is the cumulative volume over the last 90 days, XRP Ledger is showing a surge in aggressive buy orders. It might not feel like it. I get it. Macro data is pushing the markets down. Everyone shorts Bitcoin. Everyone's shorting the market. Sometimes, though, this is when the market bites you in the bum and does the complete opposite. And certainly when you look at the data for XRP, there is a significant demand and buying pressure that's coming in. And a lot of it is going to align to these ETFs, and a lot of it aligns to the Clarity Act that we're expecting early 2026, but we may even get that a little bit sooner. The fact that it's going to be one-to-one back in with strict oversight, also supporting treasury oversights. Ripple rolled out RLUSD, which is also going to be compliant to this. We sit, or XRP more importantly, sits at the center of cross-border liquidity to make sure that, well, every country, every bank, every financial market can involve themselves in XRP. And more importantly, with ISO 222 compliance now sitting firmly at the XRP door, why wouldn't the finance markets start to integrate into this blockchain technology? And everyone's going to boycott, JPmorgan. So it could be even more interesting as well. With XRP's price holding around 205 and actually just under this key support range that we may see a little bit more here, we absolutely could see some positive moves coming in for XRP very, very soon. And that's why, as well as many others, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to come. Yes, I know the markets are pretty challenging right now, but remember, liquidity's on the way. Fed is about to replace the chair. We have the meeting in December, and well, Trump's going to chuck $2 grand into everyone's pocket in the early parts of 2026, all of which could be stimulus for liquidity that could end up buying cryptocurrency. So let me know what you think of all of that. Let me know what you think of the ISO 222. How bullish are you? And do you think the banks are finally going to dip their toe into what's going on with XRP Ledger? As always, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.